That is what's going to set you apart. You can't limit yourself because of what you see. There are so many things that you think are so impossible, but people before you have achieved it. So what makes you think that you can't achieve it as well? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Safia if you're new here. So I've had someone comment on one of my YouTube shorts. It was about romanticizing life, about enjoying the small moments, the little things in life, and they commented that I was simply being delusional. And this is at no fault of theirs. They just have a limited perception of what is possible. But sadly, these exact limiting beliefs are what keep people stagnant. I'm going to be splitting this video into 5 chapters: the importance of visualization and being delusional, and then all of the actual implementable techniques that you can take to actually implement this into your life and use visualization and being delusional to actually working towards your goals. Chapter number 1 is the power of visualization. When you think of delusional, you probably think of imagining something to be true and it actually not being in reality. A lot of people use this as a negative word to say that, oh, you're delusional, you're delulu, none of these things are possible for you. But we're going to change the meaning of this word into something positive. Think about the most successful people. Think about the people that you look up to because of the success that they achieved, because of the things that they were able to overcome. They were not able to do this because they had this limited perception of what was possible. If they thought that it was not possible, that they could not do any of these things, they wouldn't get to these high levels of success, of happiness, of achievement, because they already pushed themselves way down here because they don't even believe that these things are possible. And I don't want you to take this the wrong way as just like, oh, I'm going to believe in myself and then everything is going to work out. Because no, we do have to actually take action. We do actually have to be intentional in what we are doing on a day-to-day basis and be focused on the outcome by focusing on our inputs in our everyday life. Right now, I don't know if you can see it, but I have my vision board up on that wall right there. I look at it every single morning and I internalize all of the photos. I think about every single thing I put on that board and how I can incorporate it into my day-to-day routine that specific day. And I can tell you already, it's only April and a lot of those things on that vision board have already came true because I actually took the steps every single day to work towards getting those things. Visualizing helps you have a clear picture of what you want. And when you have a clear picture, you know how to get there. If you just say that, oh, I want to be healthy, but you don't know what you want to do to be healthy, you're not going to get there. You have to be like, okay, I want to exercise 3 days a week. I want to do Pilates, I want to walk, I want to find an exercise routine that I enjoy. I also want to make sure that I wake up and I drink water. I wake up, I have my tea with me. Like, I have these routine things that I do every single day that is working towards me building the healthiest version of myself. Sorry, I forgot I had this. It's cold, but it's still good. I love peppermint tea lately. If you say you want to start a business or you want this specific career goal, you can't just say that you want these things and actually not work towards it. And trust me, I'm not saying this out of place of like, oh, I'm better than you because I work towards my goals. No, I did the same things all the time. A few years ago, I decided to start an Etsy shop and it took me like the whole year to just get it started. And it didn't end up being successful because I didn't put in as much work needed to actually get it to a place of success. Some days I would be just inspired and motivated to work towards that shop, but then I'd let weeks go by of just letting the listings on the shop just sit there, not updating things, not trying to think of new products, new ways to improve. And that is why I stayed stagnant, because I didn't have a clear visual image of what exactly I wanted for my shop and what exactly I needed to do on a day-to-day basis to get from where I am now to where I want to be. Lacking that visualization is what caused me to fail with that shop. And of course, failure is normal. Failure is needed. And I never want you guys to think of failure as a negative word because honestly, I have conditioned myself to think of failure as something so positive, so beautiful, so amazing. Even for my graduation slide, we're allowed to have like a graduation slide of our picture and like a quote and our accomplishments. I put on there all about failure. Like, a very specific quote of mine. Like, no, I didn't put a famous quote. I put a quote of myself about how failure is necessary. Every time you have a failure in your life, I said this in one of my other videos, just think that it's part of the plot and that your plot is just thickening. You are raising like all of the things that you had to go through to get to this amazing part that you're about to come to. Like, that is so amazing to think about. Like, imagine your story. Imagine how beautiful, how inspiring your story will be once you actually get to where you want to be. It's truly amazing. It's truly beautiful. So whenever you see failure, it's just adding to your plot. You're just thickening that plot. And then the best part, it's just going to get so much better. And chapter number 2 is the secret that happy, successful people are hiding. The difference between being successful and being average is a vision, a drive, a goal, having an intention and then working towards it, regardless of mistakes or setbacks until that thing is in your possession. They don't let the idea of, oh, I don't have it yet, even though I've been trying so hard, stop them from continuing to work towards that goal. There's a famous quote from Albert Einstein that says, imagination is everything. It is the preview of upcoming attractions. When you have an imagination, when you have a dream that you believe, that you truly want for yourself, that is just showing you that it is possible. Nothing is put into your heart for no reason. If you have this dream, if you have this idea, if you have this passion, it is because it is possible for you. It's because it is going to come into your life in due time. If you keep having these limiting beliefs of, I don't think it is possible because it hasn't come yet, or I don't think it's possible because my family members never had it, or people who look like me never had something like that, that is what is going to limit you from your true potential. There are so many passions that people have that they let themselves continue to think is impossible just because they think, I've never seen someone who looks like me with my skin color, with my features do this. I've never seen someone in my family do this. I've never seen someone in my area, in my immediate community achieve this. So I don't think it's possible for me. That is going to limit you in so many ways. Some of the most successful people out there are the first of their family, the first of their generation, the first of their community to do these things. That is what's going to set you apart. You can't limit yourself because of what you see. I know how easy that can be. And that is why it is so important to surround yourself with people that inspire you, that show you the possibilities of things. Even if these are not in your immediate community, but the beauty of the internet, like you can literally watch videos of people who have achieved these things. You can read articles, you can study about people who have gotten these things that you truly desire for yourself. And just by doing that, you can see all of the possibilities. There are so many things that you think are so impossible, but people before you have achieved it. So what makes you think that you can't achieve it as well? And since we're on the topic of famous quotes, I have a quote here from Taylor Swift. She says, one thing I've tried to never do is make wish lists. I tried to have a very stepping stone mentality about this whole thing, where as soon as I make one step, I visualize the next step, not 5 steps ahead. That means that every single time you're working towards your goal and you see yourself getting somewhere, you see yourself achieving one of the steps to get you to your end goal, you should be looking at what next step you need to take to get you towards that end goal. So you can't always be visualizing this end goal without putting in the little steps in between. You have to have a clear picture of the entire map you're going to take to get to this end result. And of course, it is never going to be perfectly on this map. It is never going to be exactly how you plan it to be because life happens. And everything is not going to go as you plan it. But you have to trust that the plan is going to get you to where you want it to get you and that you will be better off by the end of it. And that every setback, every failure, every mistake that you make that leads you off the course of your initial plan is just getting you to an even better destination than the one you set out for yourself. Chapter 3 gets right into this concept, how to develop delusions into plans. I want you to write out exactly what you want. Don't be afraid to put in the things that you actually want. I don't want you to limit yourself in any way. Your wildest dreams. If you could have anything in life, what would you have? This could be moving and traveling and going somewhere new every single month of the year and having all these destinations that you go to. You get to try new food places, you get to meet new people, you get to network, you get to try new things and go to new places. If that is your dream, I want you to put that on the list. If you have a dream of being a famous speaker and going to events and speaking about something that you're passionate about, put it on there. If you want to be an artist and travel the world creating art, put it on there. Nothing is unrealistic. Nothing is unreasonable. I want you to put anything that you want onto this list. Plan out your dream day from start to finish. What time you wake up, what time you go to bed, what do you do in between? What is your morning routine like? What is your night routine like? Write out the characteristics of your dream self. Is she funny? Is she sweet? Is she thoughtful? Does she know how to start good conversation and to continue conversations? Is she really sociable? Does she know her worth? If your life could look like anything, what would it be? What are your daily habits? What kind of foods do you eat? What are your favorite things for fun, for self-care, to treat yourself? Now take all of this information and answer these questions truthfully and then organize it. Which of these habits and characteristics can I implement into my life right now? I don't want you to create dreams without creating a plan to get there. For example, I know that I want to be an entrepreneur, and I am currently an entrepreneur. But I know I want to go big places with my business and be able to support myself financially and to achieve all the other little goals that I want to be able to do in my life by making myself financially stable and living my entrepreneur goals, which of course includes this YouTube channel and all of you lovely girlies. I am not going to think every day that I want to have this and not actually do something to get towards it. So every day I'm planning content. Every day I'm thinking about what kind of content I can make, how I can make my content better, how I can improve by each video. Every day I learn new skills about marketing or business or about how I can apply myself in different areas of my life. So I look at this big goal of having this super successful business, being an entrepreneur, being able to go to these networking events and travel the world, and I put it into easy things that I can do right now as a high school student in my everyday life. Think about what your current daily routine can look like. What out of everything that you put on this list to accomplish can you do right now? And which of these characteristics do you see yourself continuing as your future self? Do you see these things, these habits, these daily routines getting you to where you want to be? Do you see in 1, 5, 10 years from now, these things actually making a big difference in your life? If yes, keep them in your routine. Yes, these things will change. Yes, you will develop new routines. Yes, you will not have the same routine right now in a few years. But if you realistically see yourself continuing these things and helping it to build you up into your dream self, then keep them in your routine and prioritize these things. Formulate this around what realistically works for you. Be confident that you want to do these things. And it's a healthy balance here. Be confident that you are able to accomplish these things, but also be realistic in how much time you have every day. What non-negotiable things that you cannot take out of your routine. Maybe you have to take care of a family member, or you have school every day at a certain time, or you have work. You have these things that you can't take out of your list to swap in for these other new habits. So you want to work around that and make sure you're realistic and constantly trial and error. Constantly try to add new things to see what's working so that you can formulate this perfect routine. And I'm going to be making a video all on routines, so stay tuned for that. Keep trying new things until you can confidently answer with certainty that these things are improving you every single day. Every step is improving you to a better you. Chapter number 4, simple steps to visualize consistently. Number 1 is to create a vision board or a mindset map. Like I said, I have my vision board up here on this wall, and I try to look at it every morning. It has everything that I want to embody in 2024, all the things that I want to accomplish. Every single goal that I wrote out for 2024, I printed out a picture that kind of represents that goal. And maybe you don't see any correlation to it whatsoever, but I have that correlation in my heart. So every time I look at it, I remember what I'm trying to work towards, the outcome that I am trying to get out, and what I want to accomplish in 2024. So it helps me to stay accountable. It helps me to stay on top of the things that I said that I'm going to do so that I can continue working on them even when it's not so fresh in my mind, since it's no longer January 1st, that New Year's buzz is already gone. We can still continue to work towards it. We can still continue to be dedicated to achieving these things. Make sure you look at it for a few minutes a day. This can be in the morning when you're getting yourself ready for skincare, when you're listening to your affirmations. Shout out to the Spill podcast. I have a little series called the It Girl Motto with all my affirmations, like little mini motivation episodes that I definitely recommend for you to listen to in the morning. Maybe you're listening to that, you're just looking at your vision board. Maybe you put your breakfast in the toaster or in the oven, you're waiting it to heat up, you're just looking at your vision board. Instead of scrolling on your phone and checking your messages in the morning, you're looking at your vision board. And then I want you to also visualize every night before bed. And this is so simple. It's nothing complicated that you have to do, nothing complicated that you have to worry about. All you simply have to do is get your cozy PJs on, get snuggled up in your bed, do whatever night routine you have. Try to stay off your phone if that is possible. I know it's a struggle for all of us, myself included, but get in your bed just later. You don't have to have anything with you. You don't have to have your phone. You don't have to have anything set up. All you have to do is literally imagine your dream self, what she looks like and what she's doing. Imagine something exciting happening that you've always wanted. Imagine you just didn't now. Like, for example, me, a few months ago, I was imagining myself recording and filming and doing YouTube and going out and recording fun days in my life and doing stuff like that and editing and getting my YouTube channel up and running. And guess what? I am almost exactly where I was in that vision right now. No, I haven't achieved a super successful YouTube channel in terms of numbers wise for some people, but for me, being able to inspire 400 people connecting to my message is just so beautiful for me and so amazing, so incredible, and I am so happy that I was able to achieve that. And that was simply because I would visualize myself every day getting there, and that would inspire me to pick up my camera when I normally wouldn't. That would inspire me to go and edit even when I was tired. That would inspire me to watch videos and actually intentionally watch them with the idea of learning from them and getting new editing knowledge, getting new ideas of how to make my videos more entertaining to watch. And I did those steps because I had this clear vision of where I wanted to be, and that didn't motivate me because motivation is temporary, but it kind of kept me disciplined and dedicated. Like, I know where I want to be, so regardless of how I feel right now in this moment, I'm going to continue working, because at the end of the day, whenever we have something we want, it's either we give in to our desires of right now, or we're too focused on the future that we can't even think about those desires. So either you're going to focus on the short-term happiness of maybe laying down, taking a nap, and not doing anything. And no, I'm not saying that resting is not allowed. Yes, you can rest. Yes, you can get these times to let go, to rewind, to kind of just let yourself relax and take care of yourself. And it is hard to always continue to do things and to not give in to the short-term pleasures every single day. And yes, short-term pleasures are needed. Sometimes you do want to just relax and watch Netflix even when you have stuff to do. And that is completely okay. But just focusing on what you can do every single day to get 1% better will change your life dramatically. Next thing I want you to do is listen to affirmations. Again, shameless plug, the Girl motto on the Spill podcast with Vivian Rose. I do weekly affirmations or mini motivation episodes, and a lot of people say it's been incredibly helpful for improving their self-esteem, improving their confidence, and just making them excited to listen to it every morning. And then finally, reflection is so important for visualization. I want you to write down what things worked and what didn't. Every week, or even every day if you want to journal every night, write down what worked in your routine and what didn't. What things were you trying to do that you were able to get done, and what things were you trying to do that you weren't able to get done, or what things were you trying to stay away from that you couldn't stay away from. Maybe your screen time is a little bit high, which I will be making a video all about screen time and phone addiction soon, so stay tuned for that as well. But you most likely know exactly what you need to change, exactly how you can change it, and simply by reflecting, you can be more intentional and to have an idea in your mind of what you need to do. And when you're going to pick up your phone the next day, you'll remember you writing that down. You're like, okay, maybe I can pick up a book instead. Maybe I can be doing my homework instead, or doing something else that I enjoy instead. And you can constantly, intentionally remove these bad habits and formulate your dream routine. And finally, chapter number 5 is future confidence. Let me tell you something. You will get everything that you dreamed of. You will get all of your small dreams, all of your large dreams. Every small thing that you can imagine for yourself will be yours. Failures just add to your life story, and they make it so much more exciting. That all of the failures are just adding to your life story of all of the things you get to overcome, all the battles you get to face and beat. Failures are the stepping stones to success. Every single failure is just showing you how much closer you're getting to your goals. Without failure, success will be meaningless. Remember, whenever you have these dreams and you have these setbacks, you have these things where you fail, where maybe you don't achieve exactly what you wanted to. Maybe you lose a competition that you were working so hard. Maybe you fail a test that you were trying to study for. Maybe you're trying to build something and initially it doesn't work out. Remember that this dream was put into your heart for a reason. And if you can dream yourself of having it, you can have it. If you can be delusional enough to have this dream, you can have it in your life. I promise you guys, if it is in your heart as something that you want for yourself, you can have it. Regardless of your situation, regardless of how much money you come from, regardless of your family life, regardless of who you think you can become growing up, you will have all that you desire. And I want you to continue to believe this. I want you to continue to tell yourself that. And it will take some self-work if you don't believe this right now, but I promise you guys, once you continue to tell yourself and to reassure yourself and to keep working, you'll be so proud of yourself that you stuck with the things that you told yourself you would. That you stuck with achieving these goals, you stuck with these daily habits, and you didn't give up with small inconveniences in your life or big failures. You still kept pushing through. You will be so proud, and it will add so much to your story, and it is just a truly beautiful experience. With that being said, that is the end of today's video. Let me know if you enjoyed, and I love you guys so much. Love you all to pieces. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Mwah.
Like you a little, don't want no riddle. 말해줘, say it back, go say it, did I? 아침이 너무 멀어서 say it, did I?